Hello everyone, and thanks for watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV. I'm Steve Frost, sitting in for Howard Samura of VarsityLetters.ca. Howard is attending the Girls BC Provincial Championships at the LEC all this week. Returning from a successful road trip to Alaska last weekend, Simon Fraser will close out the GNAC men's basketball regular season with a 3-game homestand. Tonight, the Clan faces the Western Washington Vikings here in the West Gym for a pivotal matchup that could have historic implications for SFU. We'll have more on that in a moment, but first a quick look back at the final road trip of the season. Last Thursday, the Clan men were in Fairbanks to face the Alaska Nanooks, and SFU came away with a 71-66 victory and a season sweep. Othniel Spence with 17 points, 6 rebounds. Julian Roche, 15 points, 6 of 11 shooting, 6 rebounds. Wilfred Balata, 13 points and 7 boards. And Michael Provenzano, 10 points on 3 of 6 shooting. He was 2 of 3 on threes. 2 nights later, SFU earned its first ever win in program history over Alaska Anchorage to put itself in position to push for a GNAC playoff berth. The game went to overtime before SFU finally won 67-63. That gave SFU its first ever win over Anchorage after 21 consecutive losses. SFU made a ferocious comeback in the second half, and it was supercharged by Othniel Spence clutch three-pointer with 9 seconds to go to tie the game at 60. Spence was fouled. He hit the go-ahead free throw, but then UAA on a late foul was sent to the free throw line, and they made 1 of 2, and the game went to overtime. SFU continued to battle in the extra frame and would eventually secure the win on free throws. Balata with 18 points, Jasdeep Singh with 15, Julian Roche 11, and Provenzano 11 as well. With its second weekend sweep of the season, the Clan is now 14-11 overall. That is a historic mark for SFU here in the NCAA, the team the most wins ever, and they are 8-9 in GNAC play. As we take a look at the conference standings, SFU is currently in a tie for 5th with tonight's opponent, the Western Washington Vikings. There's the standings there. The Vikings also at 8-9. A pair of teams are currently tied for 6th in the standings with 8-10 records, which means that regardless of who wins or loses tonight, it will become a 3-way tie for the final berth to the GNAC Championship with only 2 games to go in the regular season. For Simon Fraser, the stakes to this game cannot get any higher, as a win here against its rival puts them in the driver's seat to earn its first ever berth to the GNAC tournament. With that said, let's take a look at Western Washington. The Vikings were also in Alaska last weekend with a pair of wins, 76-66 over the Seawolves and 85-75 over the Nanooks. The Vikings are now 14-13 overall, and they have an 8-9 record in the GNAC, as I mentioned. So that's it for us here on the pregame show. We'll have the national anthems and player introductions for you right now, so don't go away. You're watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV.
Starting guards at 6 foot 1, a senior, number 1, Pregame. Starting guards at 6 foot 1, a junior, number 13, Lee Anderson. Starting guards at 6 foot 7, a freshman, number 20, Jalen Green. Starting guards at 6 foot 7, a junior, number 24, George Anderson. And starting guards at 6 foot 9, a junior, number 25, Cameron Rutherford. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your starting lineup for your Simon Fraser University 11. Starting in the guard, setting 6 foot 1, junior from Markham, Ontario, number 0, Othniel Stern. Starting in the guard, setting 6 foot 2, junior from Spokane Valley, Washington, number 3, Michael Hannon. Starting in the guard, setting 6 foot 4, freshman from Montreal, Quebec, number 10. Junior from London, Ontario, number 8, Provenzano. And starting board, working on a sophomore from Delta, British Columbia, number 22, Jesse Singh. This year's basketball is coached by Steve.
Welcome back to SFU Men's Basketball on Clan TV. Today's game is live streamed on YouTube, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/MBBlive. Live stats of this game available at athletics.sfu.ca/live-stats. Here's the starting lineups. First for the Vikings at guard, number 1 is Tyler Payne. He's joined in the backcourt by number 13, Leif Anderson. Guard forward, Jalen Green is number 20. The big gun, number 24, is Trevor Jasinski. He is averaging 19.7 points per game. And number 25 is the center, Cameron Rutherford. For Simon Fraser, we have number 0 is Othniel Spence. He is guarding the ball. He's joined by number 10, Wilfred Balata. Number 3 is Michael Hannon. Spence gets the ball, puts up a shot, misses, and Singh comes down with the rebound. Jasdeep Singh, the forward, 6'8", sophomore from Delta Secondary. And the leader of this team, the inspirational leader, point guard Michael Provenzano. There's the shot and the miss, but coming down with the board was number 13, Leif Anderson. He was fouled on the play on a push, so the Vikings will retain possession. Here comes the inbound by the Vikings. There's the shot, misses, rims out. Driving to the hoop was Trevor Jasinski. He's their big scorer, as I mentioned. They go inside, now outside, thought about, nope, around the outside. 3 ball goes up, misses, Provenzano comes down with it, here comes the Clan. He's been chased from behind, puts up a shot from the paint, and Jasinski comes down with the board. 2-0, Simon Fraser out in front early in this game. There's a 3 ball that misses off the back of the rim by Tyler Payne. And Simon Fraser is going to slow things down as Provenzano comes up the court. The first of 3 straight home games here in the West Gym for Simon Fraser. Spence all alone. He misses short. Head coach Steve Hansen calling for a foul on the play. Spence averaging 14 points per game for SFU. He is second on the team behind Julian Roche. And if you did not notice, Julian Roche is on the bench in street clothes tonight. He is not playing in this game. He injured himself in the overtime period in Alaska on Saturday night and will not be playing. So a little adversity that Simon Fraser has to overcome as Hannah steals, drives, puts up a shot, misses. No foul underneath on that play, and 5-0 Simon Fraser leads. And there's another steal by Provenzano. to Hanna. He drives, and he is fouled in the open court by Tyler Payne. So Hanna does a lot of the little things right. He's a gritty player. He gets after a terrific defender, and he has really started to play really well in the late stages of this season. So we have a 30-second timeout on the floor. If we take a look at the Michael Provenzano, he is the junior for SFU from London, Ontario, and High Point Christian Academy. Provenzano, he is averaging 10.7 points per game for SFU. That is 4th on the team. He is averaging 3 rebounds and about 5 assists, and that's among the leaders in the GNAC conference. So coming out of that timeout, I don't see any lineup changes on the floor. So Provenzano is being guarded by Payne. Now Singh on the outside. He can hit the 3 ball. Singh is an excellent shooter. Inside to Balata. Puts up a shot. A right-hander misses long. And Trevor Jasinski comes down with it. He drives. No. Stripped of the ball by Hanna. Another great defensive play. There's a scramble for it. Provenzano's on the floor. Gets it to Singh. To Spence. And here they come. Balata is wide open on the 3. Drives into the paint. Knifes his way through 2 defenders to score it. And Simon Fraser is out in front. 7-0. 3 minutes into this basketball game. A huge game for SFU. There's a shot just inside the 3-point line by Green. Got his own rebound, and Western Washington gets a reset. Trailing 7-0. Now Blot against, no. Provenzano tried to get over in time, does the shot, went up, missed. And there's another shot, that time by Rutherford. And he was fouled as he went up with the ball. And he will go to the free throw line. That foul is going to go against Balata. As we take a look at the rebound here, Spence passes in the corner to Balata. He goes through 2 Western Washington players to score that basket. So Rutherford makes his first free throw to get the Vikings on the board, and he hits his second as well, and there'll be a substitution. As checking in for the Vikings is KJ Bosco. He's number 5. He's a 6'8" junior. Balata drives against Jasinski, scores it. That was a nice shot. Great form as he went up with his right hand, up over the defender. And there's Balata hustling, getting in front of that pass, deflecting it out of bounds. You take a look at the replay, there's Balata driving, and look at that right hand. He just hung in the air, did a double pump, and then with one hand put it up. So Payne will set things up for the Vikings, trailing 9-2. Here he comes into the paint, looks to dish, does. So some great defense for Simon Fraser early in this game. Jasinski driving against Hanna, and Hanna is called for the hand check foul. Michael Hanna, junior from Spokane Valley. He went to Central Valley High School and then Pierce College before coming to Simon Fraser. This is Hanna's just his 3rd game starting for Simon Fraser this season. Typically comes off the bench. There's a little spin move, and that one misses as well, as Singh had great defense and Balata comes down with the board. Now he casually throws up a 3-ball, long looping rebound to Provenzano, and Simon Fraser in full control earlier in this game will reset. Now Spence will put up a 3-ball, and Simon Fraser is typically, and Singh gets the rebound in the paint, spins. Oh, and they're going to call a double dribble. The Simon Fraser is a very good three-point shooting team. They shoot 40% from the on threes and 46% from the field. All right, so we have a timeout on the floor, so we will take a timeout as well. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
Welcome back to live action here in the West Gym. SFU leading Western Washington 9-2. 4.5 minutes into this game. A huge game for both teams as they are tied in the 5th spot in the GNAC conference standings. There's Bosco with a 3-ball, nothing but net. As Bosco comes off the bench and makes his first shot, Provenzano now drives into the paint, under the hoop, swings it to Hannah, looking to give it to somebody, and does find Spence as SFU will reset with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here goes Spence, drives, stumbles, trips, tries to dish it to Provenzano as it was going down. Vikings come back quickly up the court, and that's Jalen Green with the lay-in off the turnover. So what was a 9-2 lead for Simon Fraser is now 9-7. Singh hands off to Hannah. He looked for the pass to Singh rolling to the hoop, and that was intercepted by Bosco, who drives against Hannah in through the middle of two defenders and puts it in. And the Vikings now have evened this game at 9-9. Provenzano. Oh, got a foul underneath and away from the play. And that's going to go against number 13, Leif Anderson, the 6'1" guard, redshirt junior from Bellingham. He started this game and remains in the game as Simon Fraser made a switch as Mike Hanna is now on the bench. And that man right there, number 13, Bongani Moyo, is into the game. Singh now double teamed, loses the ball, and onto the floor is Provenzano, gets it to Spence. Now inside to Singh, off the glass, misses, and Jasinski comes up with it. Bosco wide open from the side, misses the 3-ball, and that they are going to go went off number 20 Jalen Green and out of bounds, so Simon Fraser will retain possession. The score tied at 9. The SFU women's basketball team is in Bellingham tonight as well, playing the Western Washington Vikings. Of course, this men's game was rescheduled after a heavy snowfall here on Burnaby Mountain 2 weeks ago. Forced this game to be canceled and rescheduled to tonight. Provenzano gets a screen, gives it back to Singh. He can hit that 3-ball, and he does. Jasdeep Singh now with 5 points in this game, is quickly back. Oh, and blocked by Singh, doing it on both ends of the court. as Singh was able to block Jalen Payne as he went driving to the rim. And coming, as we take a look at the replay, there's Singh in the corner, puts up the shot and makes it. Singh averaging 10 points per game. And he is shooting almost 50% from the three-point line. He's made 30 of 61 shots. Jack, make that 31 of 62, so he is exactly 50%. And there's Jasinski, misses. The rebound went up over the Viking player, and now in the corner is Balata, drives, dishes to Singh off the glass and in. And Simon Fraser has regained some momentum here. 13 minutes to go here in the first half. So we should mention that Tucker Gunberg is into the game. He's number 3 for the Vikings. And Cameron Rutherford scored that one. We look at the replay on Balata, driving and dishing to Singh, cutting to the hoop. That was a great pass from Wilfred Balata, who is one of the top freshmen in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference this season. Balata is averaging 13 points per game, 6 boards, shooting 35% on threes and 42% from the field. 14-12 is the score. Provenzano, he was guarded by Payne. Now it's Balata, who drives a lot of the offense, and will even more so tonight with Julian Roche on the bench in street clothes. Provenzano, under 10 seconds on the shot clock, drives, cuts in the paint, puts up a nifty little shot just from inside the free throw line and scores it. Now Green, double team comes, he spins away. Now Spence picks it up. And along the outside, Annie Gunberg puts up a 3-ball, nails it. Great looking shot by Annie Gunberg. Balata now, again the ball in his hands. Provenzano drives, cuts, kicks to Singh, fakes, drives. Oh, and they're going to call a travel as he took too many steps before he was going to drive and then changed his mind and was kicking out to Provenzano, but they say he took one too many steps. And we will take one more timeout. You are watching Simon Fraser University basketball as we go to the break, watching the replay of Provenzano's bucket. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
As you can see the GNAC standings on the screen there. St. Martin's, Northwest Nazarene, Seattle Pacific, and Western Oregon have all clinched berths in the GNAC Championship Tournament. Simon Fraser and Western Washington tied in the 5th spot. Simon Fraser has never qualified for the GNAC Championship Tournament since entering NCAA in 2010. There's the miss, and going up high, wow, was Tucker Annie Gunberg, and he scored that one. Let's check it in for Simon Fraser is Jordan Muir-Keong. He is number 5 with the ball, gives it to Spence. Provenzano now on the bench. Singh to Mir Keong, goes inside to Balata, spins, drives baseline, puts up a shot. Nice little delay on that shot to get the defenders to go up, and then he put it in off the glass. So 18-17 is the score as we approach the halfway mark here in the first half. Tyler Green. Now a turnover in the paint as Cameron Rutherford took too many steps. And coming in for Simon Fraser, 24 is Drew Bryson, freshman guard out of Arlington, Washington and Arlington High School. Jordan Mir Keong from Seattle, Washington. He's the point guard right now. Ball's in his hands. Goes to Drew Bryson. He's an excellent shooter. Kicks out. Bongani Moya misses, but a rebound, grabs his own board, and Simon Fraser will have a reset. So Drew Bryson shoots 45% from the field, 33% from threes, and there's a three ball that goes up, misses by Bryson. And the Vikings, Trevor Jasinski now, he's their top scorer, averaging 19.7 points per game here tonight. He has yet to score. Now coming in and replacing Tyler Payne is number 35, Micah Wynn. He is a junior guard from California. Bright lights in the big city of Los Angeles. Spence, Drew Bryson now, Mir Keong, he can shoot that three ball. He goes inside to Singh. Singh is an excellent shooter and passer. He misses on the shot. Rebound is grabbed by Rutherford. Steve Hansen calling, imploring his guys to crash the boards on the misses. Jasinski being guarded by Moya. Kicks out, and the ball goes up and misses, and Moya grabs the rebound as off the Rutherford miss. Bongani Moya, one of the seniors on Simon Fraser, a walk-on from Zimbabwe, and a very popular player around campus. He's now going to sit down along with Othniel Spence as Hannah and Provenzano, both starters in this game, are back in. And Simon Fraser's gone small with Mir Keong and Drew Bryson also on the floor. Jasinski drives, and there's his first bucket of the game as he went by Hannah on the drive. That gives the Vikings the lead, 19-18. Provenzano to Drew Bryson, drives into the paint. Spin move, dishes to Singh, gets his defender to go up, and then he delays and puts it in off the glass. Nice move by Jasdeep Singh, a sophomore here for the Clan, as the Vikings come right back. 35 is Micah Wynn, who just checked in. Singh from Delta Secondary. Bryson drives into the paint, puts up a shot off the glass, misses. Rebound grabbed by Hannah. Provenzano goes back inside to Singh, and the ball is deflected out of bounds and out of his hands by Rutherford. As we pass the 8-minute mark in this game now. And we have a timeout on the floor as you look at that replay. Singh getting the defender to go up in the air. We are going to take a break here as well. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
So Western Washington is leading here in the West Gym, 21-20. Down in Bellingham at the women's basketball game, Western Washington is leading that one 18-11. Mir Kyong looked for the pass, and that ball is rejected by Rutherford as he was going to go up for a shot, then went behind him for the pass, and Rutherford got all of that. Now the Vikings' top scorer, Jasinski, he is going to have a rest in this game. Jasinski with just 2 points. He averages 19.7. And holy cow, how about a long three ball there by Jasdeep Singh. Wow, nice shot there. Jasdeep now with 12 points in this game. He leads all scorers. Singh, 2 for 2 on threes, 5 of 7 from the field. Here comes a little bit of pressure from the Vikings. Hanna will inbound. He's got Provenzano. And Hanna is calling for somebody to help him, and Mir Kyong does. And they get the clear out, and Mir Kyong will get the ball up over midcourt, where he gives it to Drew Bryson into the paint. Dishes to Provenzano. Stutter move. And he goes up with a shot, but there's a foul on that play. It's a hand check foul. It's going to be called against Tucker Inigunberg. Jasdeep Singh, with 12 points in this game, is going to have a rest, along with Drew Bryson. Bryson was unable to score on his 2 shots. Coming in is Balata, and number 15 is Graham Miller, a sophomore from Coquitlam, and Charles Best, secondary. There's another foul underneath. This time it's going to go against number 5, KJ Bosco. And Balata is going to go to the line. Free throw number 1 is good. Balata is a 65% free throw shooter. So that's below average in the NCAA. The Vikings, the long pass by Bosco. As the pressure came towards him, he tosses that high over number 20, Jalen Green, and it goes out of bounds. And Simon Fraser will take over. Mir Kyong. Provenzano drives into the paint, spin moves, puts up the shot, scores it. Simon Fraser now working with a 6-point lead in this game. As Mir Kyong, they're going to change things up here. Here comes a little bit of pressure. They're playing a zone. Oh, and there it is, another turnover by the Vikings as Jalen Green once again threw his pass too high up over the heads and through the hand of his teammates. So the Vikings immediately call for a timeout as they want to settle things down here before this game gets away from them with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. I should let you know that varsityletters.ca with Howard Samura is the most trusted source for high school and university sports news in BC. You can visit the website today for news, interviews, great stories, and much, much more. Howard will be covering all this week the High School Girls Basketball Championships from the Langley Event Center. I would also like to mention that the SFU Spirit Shop has SFU branded clothing and merchandise. and is proud to support SFU athletics. It is located at the Burnaby campus in the Maggie Benson Center. Pick up your SFU athletics swag today. You can now purchase tickets to SFU men's basketball, their final 2 home games, online. Visit athletics.sfu.ca/tickets to buy yours today and save $2 when you purchase tickets online. Admission is free for all SFU and FIC students and staff. The final 2 home games of the regular season. Thursday, 7 p.m. here in the West Gym against Concordia. And that game will feature a free haircuts promotion. Courtside haircuts will be provided by Azzy Hair Studio on campus. And then the final regular season game at home is Saturday at 7 p.m. here in the West Gym as Provenzano brings the ball up the court as we're back to live action. Near Keong now to Balata. 15 seconds now on the shot clock. Provenzano drives. No hand check. Oh, he was... Michael Wynn has his hand all over his waist, but the official finally does call a foul, and that is going to go against Wynn. On the floor for Simon Fraser is Singh, Balata, Provenzano, and Hannah. Mir Keong as well with the ball there. (27-21). Balata drives baseline, met by 2 players. Bosco grabs the rebound on the miss. And it looks like Balata may be called on a foul. Indeed he is. So that is team foul number 7. And the Vikings will go to the free throw line. And Balata, 2 fouls, is going to head to the bench. So KJ Bosco will go to the free throw line. He came into this game as a substitution. Bosco, an 80% free throw shooter. And connects. 27-23 with under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Little handoff by SFU. Provenzano now with the ball. Drives in the paint, stripped of the ball by number 20, Jalen Green. They're going to call jump ball as 2 players got their hands on it, both Provenzano and Green, and it's possession arrow in favor of Simon Fraser. Nine seconds on the shot clock. Provenzano being guarded by Green. Looking for a shot, gives it to Singh. Misses the, moves away from the shot blocker and misses the shot. Win. The Vikings with a lot of bench players in this game now. Bosco. Javinsky is back on the floor. He's number 24. He's been guarded by Hannah, number 3. Green gets it to Javinsky. Goes baseline, he's guarded by 2 players and somehow finds a way to get the shot off, and it just rolls off the front of the rim. And Simon Fraser grabbed the rebound. Provenzano pulls up at the top of the free throw line and misses, and Bosco grabs the board. Here's the 3 ball missing by Payne. Singh with the board. Provenzano the ball. Near Keong, setting up the offense. Under 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Provenzano is looking to get the ball back to Singh, couldn't find him. Hannah, Amir Keong, 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Singh now to Spence. Oh! Spence was looking for Singh, rolling to the rim. Great pass, but it was in front of him, and Singh did not see that ball coming. So Jalen Green will sit down. Tyler Payne, Bosco, Wynn. 3 is Tyker Gunberg back in. And Jasinski. That's Bosco. Long 3 ball. Scores it. And let's see what they're going to call right here. They're calling a foul on blue 3. So that foul would go against Tucker Enigenberg. I'm not sure if that was after the basket or not. We will sort all of that out as the officials take a media timeout here in the game. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
We're back to live action here in the West Gym. The leading scorers in this game for Western Washington, KJ Bosco, who has come off the bench to score 10 points on 3 of 5 field goal shooting. For Simon Fraser, Jasdeep Singh, 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting, and Wilfred Balata, who has 2 fouls in this game and is on the bench. Balata with 8 points. Mira Keong drives in the paint, little hop step, scores it, and Simon Fraser now has a 29-26 lead. And Spence is guarding Payne as he brings the ball up the floor. And that Jasinski pass is deflected by Mira Keong, and Provenzano comes up with it, drives into the paint. Jasinski. Oh, they're going to call a travel on that play. They're going to say Provenzano traveled. And so the Vikings now with the ball. Bosco rolling to the hoop, grabs the pass, and Bosco now has 12 points in this game. Mir Keong has Singh on the low block, backing in, puts up a little spin move against Jalen Green and scores it. Payne gives it to Bosco against Singh. Drives baseline on the fake. Has a little wrap around and scores it, and he's quite enjoying that one is KJ Bosco. Spence now being guarded by Leif Anderson, who's back in the game. Spence, top of the key, misses. Bosco with the rebound. There's a foul on Mike Provenzano going against Trevor Jasinski. So Jasinski will go to the line. He is an 87% free throw shooter. He is the top scorer for the Vikings, averaging 19.7 points per game and pulling down almost 7 rebounds a game. One of the top players in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. He is a junior from Washington State. Othniel Spence gives it to Hannah, drives baseline. The defenders came away, and he continued on, misses the shot. Singh with the rebound. Now Spence, 3-ball, good. Othniel Spence. And Simon Fraser is going to get the ball again after that turnover by the Vikings. Provenzano, as we're approaching the final minute in this game. Singh puts up a 3-ball, rebound, high, looping one, grabbed by Green. He gives it to the point guard, Tyler Payne. Under a minute now here in the first half. Provenzano guarding Payne. Bosco now kicks out to Payne, drives into the paint, goes wide for a 3-ball, missed. Singh rebound. 42 seconds to go here in the first half. Simon Fraser leading by 2, 34-32. Dribble handoff, Hannah to Provenzano. To Spence, now with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Mira Keong from the perimeter, drives into the paint. Puts up a shot. Oh, he misses, going against Jalen Green as he put that underhand shot up off the glass, got the contact. And with 15.1 seconds to go here in the first half, Keong will go to the free throw line. Senior from Seattle, Washington. Transferred to Simon Fraser from Bellevue Community College. He attended Shorewood High School in the great state of Washington. One of 4 players from Washington State on the SFU men's basketball team roster. Now the Vikings, Jasinski going against Spence. 8 seconds on the shot clock. He's got a high screen. Oh! And be guarded by Spence. You're going to call a hand check foul off that screen on Spence. With 3.9 seconds to go in the game. That's the second personal foul on Spence. As I mentioned earlier, Jasinski, an 87% free throw shooter. He's excellent. And after a slow start to this game, he now has 5 points after that make. Just 1 for 5 from the field. .9 seconds. Hannah to Mira Keong. It's lots of time here. Drives, puts up a shot. Oh, it's blocked by KJ Bosco. So we're joined now after that first half by Jasdeep Singh. Jazz, if you could just give us your impressions of that first half.
Offensively, we're doing everything right. Just on the defensive end, we're giving them way too many quick scores. We're not playing that good a D. Yeah, that's about it.
And what sort of adjustments do you think you need to make in the second half to kind of take control of this game?
I think we just got to take more time on the offensive side. Our coach says our offense is best in defense, so as long as we can score and make a play D for an entire clock, I think we're fine.
All right, good luck in the second half. There you have it, Jasdeep Singh from the Simon Fraser Clan men's basketball team, the leading scorer in this game with 14 points. He's tied with KJ Bosco on the Vikings. Singh hitting 6 of 10 shots from the field, and he's also pulling down 6 rebounds. The SFU women's game, they are taking on the Vikings in Bellingham, and that game is tied at 27 all. So with halftime here at the men's game, Simon Fraser is leading the Vikings 36-34, and we will take a break and then return to live action for the second half. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Hi, my name is Lauren Friedman. I'm in my 5th year of biomedical engineering at SFU, and I play on the women's volleyball team. My first work term was at a company called Braceworks Custom Orthotics, and I did research and product development on a chest brace for pectus carinatum. And my second work term was at a company called Plantiga, where I did research on their insoles that collect data for professional athletes in the military. SFU athletics and co-op have helped facilitate my journey through university by helping me apply what I learned in my sport into the classroom, and also what I learned in the classroom into my sport, and then putting it all together in the real world really helped narrow my focus. I would recommend that SFU athletes participate in co-op because not a lot of people get to play the sport that they love and be in school, and not a lot of people get to explore different areas of work that they love and also play their sport. So putting all those 3 things together is really a unique opportunity that not a lot of people get.
champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
I'm stuck. Not in a good headspace, and I really need to talk to someone right now.
My roommate seems depressed, and I don't know how to help. I try everything to make her day better, but I just don't know what to do.
I've been struggling to balance school, athletics, and the rest of my life. I've been really overwhelmed, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it.
My parents expect me to be a doctor, but that's just not what I want at all. They'll be devastated if they find out I'm changing my plans.
I miss home, my family, and my friends. I'm just really lonely here.
As a student athlete, I'm expected to handle almost everything on my own. Sometimes, I could really just use someone to talk to.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I'm stuck. Not in a good headspace, and I really need to talk to someone right now.
My roommate seems depressed, and I don't know how to help. I try everything to make her day better, but I just don't know what to do.
I've been struggling to balance school, athletics, and the rest of my life. I've been really overwhelmed, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it.
My parents expect me to be a doctor, but that's just not what I want at all. They'll be devastated if they find out I'm changing my plans.
I miss home, my family, and my friends. I'm just really lonely here.
As a student athlete, I'm expected to handle almost everything on my own. Sometimes, I could really just use someone to talk to.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
All right, we're back live for the second half here in the West Gym. Simon Fraser leading Western Washington 36-34 in a pivotal game for both teams. Both teams tied in the standings at 8 and 9 in the GNAC, sitting in 5th place. The top 6 teams at the end of the regular season advanced to the GNAC postseason tournament. Simon Fraser has never played in the postseason tournament, their men's basketball team. So if we look at some of the first half statistics, the leading scorers, Jasdeep Singh for Simon Fraser and KJ Bosco with 14 points apiece. Simon Fraser shooting 41% from the field, the Vikings 40%. There's the shot going up off the glass by Cameron Rutherford. So Simon Fraser was shooting 4 of 11 on threes. The Vikings were 3 of 13, so that's a big difference. Rebounding-wise, it's about a push. The Vikings with 10 turnovers in the game. Simon Fraser with 7. Jasdeep Singh, as he tried to turn into the paint. He got Cameron Rutherford to foul him. That's his first personal foul. Both teams are perfect from the free throw line. Simon Fraser 4 for 4. And the Vikings 9 of 9 as Provenzano nails a shot from one of his favorite spots on the floor, and that's at the top of the free throw line. Mike is an excellent shooter for Simon Fraser. Shoots 45% from the field and 46% on threes. That's pretty good for a guard. There's the 3 ball from Spence, another pretty good shooter. He misses that. And the Vikings have the rebound, Tyler Payne. Should mention that it is the same starters for both teams here in the second half on the floor now. There's a pass almost picked off by Balata, who's playing with 2 fouls. Green drives, kicks, Payne, 3 ball. Vikings with the lead by 1, 39-38. I have a feeling this game is going to go right down to the wire. I should also mention that Alaska Fairbanks and Alaska Anchorage are playing here on a Tuesday night in Alaska. Anchorage also has 8 wins as Blada drives into the paint and puts a left-hander off the glass. Payne drives, dishes, gets it back, goes baseline, puts up a shot off the top of the rim, the top of the backboard, and rolls away. Jasdeep Singh, as we look at the rebound on the replay, Balata drives into the paint, puts it up off the glass. So Jasdeep Singh now with 2 personal fouls. So Spence, Balata, Bongani Moya, and Jasdeep Singh all with 2 personal fouls. Tucker Inigunberg with 2, the only player on the Vikings. Provenzano gives it to Balata. Balata with his back to the basket, averaging 13 points per game, kicks it out to Provenzano. Here comes the 3 ball. Long looping rebound, almost grabbed by Hanna as 2 players went up for it. Hanna and 13 Leaf Anderson. They say it went off Hanna and out of bounds. That's Anderson with the ball. To Green, now to Jasinski, the top scorer on the Vikings, being guarded by Hanna. Hanna reached, got the ball, knocked it away. Oh, and there's Spence driving into the passing lane, deflects it, grabs it, puts up a shot, a spin on that basket that put it off the rim and in. So a great steal by Othniel Spence. Lightning quick is he. Payne puts up a shot, scores it. Payne now with 7 points in this game. Provenzano to Hanna. Balata drives, met by 2 defenders, puts up a shot and misses. Rebound is on the grab by, and Anderson comes up with it on the scramble. Here's Payne's pass, was out of the reach of Rutherford. Now it's Anderson driving against Provenzano, and Provenzano is going to be called for the fouls. He had his arm along the waist and ribs of the Viking player. So Provenzano with 2. Here comes a replay on the Spence getting in the passing lane, deflecting the ball, gathering it in, and goes underneath the hoop and up and puts a spin on it to score it. So we have a timeout on the floor. We will also take a timeout here. You are watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
So there's the steal by Othniel Spence. Gathers the ball in, goes underneath, and scores that hoop. A great steal and basket by Spence, the junior guard from Markham, Ontario. Back to live action here. That is Anderson at the free throw line. Spence, one of 5 players averaging double figures this season for SFU. Spence checking in at 13.7 points per game. That's number 2 on the team, behind Julian Roche, who averages 14 points. Roche injured himself in the last game in overtime against Alaska Anchorage, and he is not dressed for this game. So Simon Fraser gutting it out, facing a little bit of adversity. Singh underneath, kicks it out to Provenzano for a wide open 3, misses. As Anderson and Spence go up for the ball, there's a foul called underneath, and it looks like it's going to be against Othniel Spence, and that will be his 3rd personal foul. So there's Julian Roche averaging 14.2 points and 7 rebounds per game. We hope to have him back in the lineup on Thursday when Simon Fraser faces Concordia here in the West Gym. That is a 7 p.m. tip-off. That is also a free courtside haircuts game. Azzy Studio will be providing the clipping throughout the game. Foul against Simon Fraser. And that foul is against Jordan Muir-Keong. Simon Fraser now has 14 fouls. The Vikings just 1 here in the second half. Anderson, pass intercepted by Provenzano, but the referee, who was right there, ruled he stepped over the line as he intercepted that pass. He was standing right there. Has a great view. Payne probing the defense. Green puts up the shot, misses, rebound Hanna. Gives it to Provenzano now. 20 seconds on the shot clock, he'll set things up. Under a little bit of duress from Payne. Muir-Keong driving into the paint, puts up an awkward looking shot up over the defender and misses. Hanna's done a great job guarding Jasinski, the top scorer for the Vikings. As you saw the help side come there as they tried to go inside the low block to Jasinski, and Belata met him. Ball goes off Jasinski and out of bounds. Jasinski just 1 of 5 from the field. Simon Fraser trailing by 3. Hannah gets the ball to Provenzano. They go inside to Bellotta. Turns into the help. And they're going to call a foul on number 5, KJ Bosco. That's Bosco's second personal foul.
62. Back 3 late, you gotta bump it. Watch the lob.
Provenzano gets the ball to Bellotta, wide open on the perimeter for a 3-ball. Oh, and Hannah with the rebound tried to knock it back to Bellotta. It went to Jasinski, and in the open court he was fouled by Bellotta, and that is going to be number 3 on Bellotta. That is the 5th team foul for Simon Fraser here in the second half. Wangani Moya now into the game. He also has 2 fouls. He is going to be guarding number 3, Tucker Inigunberg, for the Vikings. Oh, and there's an offensive foul going against KJ Bosco, and he's not happy about it. Bosco, the leading scorer in this game for the Vikings, with 14 points on 5 of 7 shooting. He has just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Bosco did not start this game. So Hannah, Moya, Provenzano, Yurkiong, and Singh, the 5 players on the floor for SFU. Yurkiong passed, took the 3-pointer, misses, and rebound is grabbed by the Vikings. So Singh is guarding Bosco on the low block. Moya is guarding Payne. There's the switch. Rolling to the hoop is Bosco. Payne goes up for the shot, misses. Oh, and Jordan Muir-Keong came charging in and crashed the boards to grab that rebound. Great effort by Jordan. He has the ball now, gives it to Moya. It's off his chest and into the hands of Inigunberg, who gave it to Jasinski, who's fouled. And Jasinski will go to the line.
The foul was called on SFU number 5, Jordan Muir-Keong. That is his second.
And that's the second on Muir-Keong. Jasinski has hit all 4 of his free throws in this game. He's an excellent free throw shooter at 87%. That would be among the leaders in the GNAC, I'm sure. So earlier this season, Jasinski became just the 26th player in Western Washington history to reach the 1,000-point milestone. And he has reached double digits in scoring in 25 of the team's 27 games this season. Provenzano now. Shot misses. Rebound is, who is it off of? It is also off of SFU and out of bounds. So Simon Fraser's offense has stalled here in the second half. They did lead this game 36-34 at the half, but they've managed only 6 points here in the first 7.5 minutes of this game. The Vikings now with a 5-point lead. There's the shot scored by Tucker Inigunberg, and that lead is now 7 for the Vikings. And Simon Fraser is going to take a 30-second timeout to get their subs into the game. They're going to check back in with Othniel Spence and Wilfred Bellata with 12:09 to go here in the second half. So this is going to be stretched into a full timeout, so that will enable us to take a break. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
All right, we're back to live action here in the West Gym. We have a score to pass along from the women's basketball game. SFU is down in Bellingham, Washington, facing the Western Washington Vikings. And SFU is trailing in that game 40-38 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Of course, the SFU women have already clinched a spot in the GNAC postseason championship tournament. Here in the West Gym, Bellata puts up a shot, he's fouled. And he's going to go to the line for 2 shots, and that foul is going to go against Jasinski. So there is a media timeout on the floor. So when we come back, SFU will be shooting free throws. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
All right, welcome back to the West Gym. If you're just joining us, Simon Fraser led Western Washington 36-34 at the half. But the Vikings have outscored SFU 15-7 here in the first 8 minutes of the second half to take a 49-43 lead. And the Vikings have got 23 points off their bench here in this game compared to 4 for Simon Fraser. So that's a big narrative that's developed here in this game. And as Payne had the ball, there's going to be a foul called away from the play, and it's going to go against Wilfred Bellata. And that is not good news for Bellata because that is his 4th foul in this game. So that will take the 3rd leading scorer on the Clan out of the game. And Annie Gunberg will go to the line to shoot free throws. Andy Gunberg hits the first. He is a 80% free throw shooter. He is a 44% three-point shooter, the top three-point shooter on the Vikings, but he misses his second one, and Othniel Spence grabs the rebound on the scramble. So ball went into the corner, and nobody's coming out with it because there was a foul called against number 25 of the Vikings. That is Cameron Rutherford, and that's his second personal. 5 team fouls now as Moya goes inside to Hannah, cutting to the hoop, and that goes off his fingertips and out of bounds. So Simon Fraser, they are struggling here in the second half with just 7 points. Their offense has stalled for sure. They're trailing by 7. Payne drives against Spence, puts up a shot, scores it. And that lead is now the largest of the game at 9 points for the Vikings. So Simon Fraser needs to find something here. Jasinski is guarding Moya. They switch. Now it's Hannah to Singh. Long three ball. Puts it up, in and out. And Moya grabs the rebound. Went to put up a shot, but he got jarred and ended up having to drop it and recovered. Possession arrow in favor of SFU. So they will retain possession. Spence fights his way through the crowd. Now Provenzano. To Moya, to Hannah. He'll put up a three ball. Nice! Michael Hannah scores it. To kind of get some momentum going for Simon Fraser. That's his first basket of the game. He is now 1 for 3 from the field. Hannah, just a gritty player, great defense. He's been guarding Jasinski most of the night. The top player on the Vikings. He gets in the passing lanes. He deflects. Great help side defense. He's now guarding number 3, the Vikings' top perimeter shooter. There's a three ball put up, and Hannah going against Annie Gunberg. And they're going to call the foul against Hannah, I believe. That's going to be a loose ball foul. It is indeed going against Hannah. He now has 2 personal fouls. Simon Fraser team fouls are now up to 8. Annie Gunberg will be at the line. Vikings holding a 6-point advantage. Under 10 minutes to go in this game. Both teams with 8-9 records in the GNAC standings, sitting in a tie for 5th place. 2 other teams also with 8 wins. Provenzano into the paint, gets it to Hannah, thought about a three ball, drives, gets it to Singh underneath. Nice pass by Mike Hannah, finding Jasdeep Singh underneath. Singh converts. Simon Fraser's offense is seemingly back on track. And there's Spence chasing Payne from behind, knocked it out of his hands. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, Anderson drove into the paint against Spence. They're going to call a blocking foul against Spence. And that is going to be foul number 4 for Othniel Spence. As we take a look at the replay on the Singh basket, as Hannah faked the three ball, drove, and when the defenders came out to him, he found Singh all alone underneath. Great vision there by Mike Hannah. starting just his 3rd game of the season for SFU here tonight. So Andy Gunberg is going to sit down, and Michael Wynn is coming in for the Vikings. Anderson stretches the lead to 54-48 for the Vikings. Provenzano, high screen, gets to the Singh, fake the 3 ball, drives in the paint, and scores it, and he's fouled on the way to the hoop. So Singh faking the 3 ball, trying to ignite his teammates here, and he is going to get a chance to, as we watch the replays, he went, and I think that foul is going to go against Jasinski, and that is 2 on Jasinski. And Jazz scores the free throw. Singh a 73% free throw shooter, as Singh remains out there along with Provenzano, Moya, Hanna, and Yurkion. Payne against Moya. Payne drives against Moya, and Singh coming from the help side blocks that shot and sends it behind the hoop. Great read by Jasdeep Singh, doing it on both ends of the floor for Simon Fraser. What an addition to the clan he has been. From Delta Secondary. Jasinski drives against Hanna and Singh, and he scores that one. So that's just his 2nd field goal of the game. He now has 10 points. He averages 19.7. Provenzano has Singh underneath. He's going against number 20, Green. Kicks it out to Provenzano, bit off, so Provenzano wasn't in position to shoot. He drives, and there's going to be a hand check foul, and that's going to be going against Jalen Green, as the quicker guard, Provenzano, tried to go by him, and he was hooked by Green, and now Green will come out of the game, and coming back in is Rutherford. Provenzano at the line. Michael, an 84% free throw shooter. 17 fouls for the Vikings now. Simon Fraser has 9. That was 5-1 at one point here in the 2nd half in favor of the Vikings. And the lead is now cut to 3. Payne up over midcourt. Being guarded by Mir Keong. Jasinski, baseline, scores it. 58-53, under 8 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Provenzano drives into the paint, puts up a shot, pull-up scores, nice. Mike Provenzano coming to life here in the 2nd half. He is now into double figures. Provenzano with 10 points on 4 of 9 shooting. Jasinski, long 3, rims out, and Moya grabs the rebound. That's the 5th rebound for Moya in this game, so he's trying to help his team. But away from the play, he is going to be called for a foul. And he didn't like that foul called. That would be number 3 on Bongani. So we have a timeout here in the West Gym. a media timeout on the floor, so we will also take a break. You're watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
All right, we're back to live action here in the West Gym. Western Washington, with 24 second half points, has taken the lead, 58-53 over the Vikings. Sorry, over the Clan. The Vikings have been propelled by their bench, which has outscored SFU 24-4 in this game. Simon Fraser's leading scorer, Julian Roche, is not dressed in this game. Oh, as there's Mir Keong. It looked like he stripped Micah Wynn the ball as he went up to shoot that. The referees saw it otherwise, and they're going to call a foul on that play. So Micah Wynn will go to the free throw line as we look at the rebound. We just caught the tail end of that. Couldn't get a clear shot, look at it. Wynn is a 73% free throw shooter. As Mir Keong and Bongani are checking out of this game with 6:45 to play. Wilfred Balata is back in. Balata and Othniel Spence, both players with 4 personal fouls. Something to keep an eye on. 60-55 is your score. Singh turns, spins, goes back, left-hander off the glass. Nicely done. We have seen Jasdeep Singh score in so many different ways here tonight. He's got so many moves in the post, and he is an excellent long ball shooter. Just a tremendous player for Simon Fraser. There's a shot from the top of the key, misses. Provenzano, quick rebound. Here comes SFU. Balata on the fast break, puts up a shot, misses, grabs his own rebound, misses again, and then he's called on a foul. The foul is called as Balata grabbed the rebound a second time, and that foul is going to get called against number 25 on the Vikings, Cameron Rutherford. That's his 3rd personal foul. Jasinski is the player that is slow to get up on the floor. He's the Vikings' leading scorer. When we look at the rebound, there's Singh, back to the basket, turns, goes back the way he came, and throws up a left-hander off the glass. And that was an excellent move by Jasdeep Singh. Balata, he is also bent over at the free throw line. I'm not sure if what happened, if both players collided or not. Balata will have 2 shots here. Jasinski is still bent over at the free throw line. And the blocker. And he is getting substituted now. KJ Bosco coming in along with Payne, Jasinski, and Tucker. Innie Gunberg will sit down. Innie Gunberg with 8 points in the game. Jasinski with 12. Bosco, the leading scorer for the Vikings, with 14. Jasdeep Singh leads all scorers with 21. Balata has 13 for SFU. 1 point game. This one's going to go down to the wire. Bosco. Now the shot is put up and missed by Wynn. Balata with the board. Provenzano the ball. SFU with a chance to regain the lead here in the second half. Singh in the low block. Puts up a little hook shot and scores it. Wow, Jasdeep Singh now 10 of 15 in this game. He is doing it in all ways imaginable. Payne drives. Oh, and he was going against Singh. Oh, and going up for the ball. And taking the shot is 25, Cameron Rutherford. Hannah is calling for the foul because it may be going against Wilfred Balata. And indeed, as we look at the replay of the Singh shot, Balata is, yes, indeed, being called for his 5th personal foul. But the officials are going to go to the replay monitor, and they are going to take a look and see who exactly was called on the free throw. Officials are looking at the drive by Payne, and he dished off the last moment to number 25, Cameron Rutherford. Balata came from behind, Hannah from the front, and we'll see what the decision is. They're going to stick with the original call. It looked like the correct one to me when I watched the replay along with the officials. Balata did get up over the back. So he will finish this game. Wilfred Balata with 13 points on 4 of 10 shooting. He was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He grabbed 3 rebounds and had 1 assist. So Cameron Rutherford makes his first free throw. He now has 7 points in this game. That ties the score, 61 apiece. And that miss, the rebound up over the back is Micah Wynn. And Wynn, I believe, is going to be called. Yes, he is on a foul. He got the side of the head. So now Hannah will go to the free throw line. As we have just crossed the 5-minute mark in this game. Hannah misses, and Bosco grabs the board and will bring it up the court. KJ Bosco hands off to Payne. Score tied at 61. Bosco got the ball, almost stripped of it by Hannah. Now they go back to it. Oh, and Mike Provenzano, I believe, is going to be called with a foul as he came across to try and strip the ball from Bosco. And indeed, the officials saw it exactly the same way. The foul is going to go against Provenzano. And Bosco, an 80% free throw shooter. He misses the first. the second. So that gives the Vikings a 1-point lead with 4.5 minutes to play in this game. Hannah on the perimeter, gives to Spence. Near Keong, who checked in for Balata. Looking for Singh underneath, gives to Hannah. Drives into the paint, dishes to Singh. Oh, and he's blocked from behind by Bosco. As he went in, a great pass by Hannah. Excellent vision in the paint as Jasinski checks back in for the Vikings, and Cameron Rutherford is going to sit down. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Spence, 3-ball. Ooh, front of the rim, grabbed by Anderson. We've just crossed the 4-minute mark in this game. 4 minutes to go. Vikings with a 1-point lead. Win. Oh, driving into the paint, and they're going to call a travel. So the foul was not a foul against Othniel Spence. If it was, that would have been his 5th. So that's good news. It's a travel against the Vikings, and there's a media timeout here on the court. So we will take a break. You're watching SFU men's basketball live from the West Gym on Clan TV.
I'm stuck. Not in a good headspace, and I really need to talk to someone right now.
My roommate seems depressed, and I don't know how to help. I try everything to make her day better, but I just don't know what to do.
I've been struggling to balance school, athletics, and the rest of my life. I've been really overwhelmed, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it.
My parents expect me to be a doctor, but that's just not what I want at all. They'll be devastated if they find out I'm changing my plans.
I miss home, my family, and my friends. I'm just really lonely here.
As a student athlete, I'm expected to handle almost everything on my own. Sometimes, I could really just use someone to talk to.
We're back in live action here in the West Gym. Western Washington leading SFU 62-61. High scorers in the game for Simon Fraser, Wilfred Balata with 13. But Jasdeep Singh has 23 on 10 of 16 shooting and 6 rebounds. He has been doing it on the offensive and defensive ends for Simon Fraser. The top scorer for the Vikings is number 5, KJ Bosco with 15 points. And Trevor Jasinski with 12. The Vikings have got Singh in the paint going against Bosco. They're going to say no basket, but they are calling the foul against Bosco. The Vikings have 27 points from their bench in this game. And Bosco is one of those players that has come off the bench and leads the Vikings with 15. So Singh, a 73% free throw shooter, has been perfect so far tonight at the line. Now with 24 points in this game. Simon Fraser with the 1-point lead. Bosco to Payne, wide open, and he scored it. Taylor Payne. Ordinarily a 23% three-point shooter, but he was wide open there and he couldn't miss that one. So we have a 30-second timeout here in the West Gym. We will take a look at some of the next home games. So right here in the West Gym on Thursday night, Simon Fraser will face the Concordia Cavaliers. a 7 p.m. tip-off, and there will be free courtside haircuts at that game, as quite a popular promotion that was first debuted last season. It's back, and Azzy Hair Studio on campus will be having stylists at the game to give yourself a full haircut or a trim, whatever it is you need. And then on Saturday night, Simon Fraser faces Western Oregon here in the West Gym. That is senior night, and it is also a 7 p.m. tip-off. Dribble handoff is the offense Simon Fraser is running. Provenzano with the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He drives into the paint, puts up a roller as he rolled it right to the rim and laid it in. Nicely done, Mike Provenzano. Provenzano now with 12 points, I believe, in this game. Score tied at 65. Payne puts up a shot, and he scores it. Wow. Taylor Payne, as I mentioned, a 23% three-point shooter, has just hit back-to-back threes for the Vikings. Mir Keong drives into the paint. Bosco comes over to help, and Mir Keong lost her handle of it. Jasdeep Singh right back at you. He answers back for Simon Fraser, ties the game at 68. Jasdeep Singh, this has to be a career high for Simon Fraser. Under 2 minutes to go. Payne being guarded now by Spence. They switch. Now Mir Keong. As the Simon Fraser's going underneath. Bosco left wide open. Drives into the paint, kicks out. And they're going to call something underneath. And it is going to be against Western Washington. Bosco with the offensive foul. So that turnover will give Simon Fraser possession as we look at the replay as he dished off, and yes sirree, Othniel Spence had both feet planted. He was outside the circle. That indeed is an offensive foul. So 1:30 to go. The score tied. Hannah to Spence. An excellent shooter being guarded by Jasinski. Puts up a three ball. Yes! Othniel Spence scores it and gives Simon Fraser a 3-point lead here with 1:10 to play. Payne drives in the paint, dishes, and the Vikings put up a three ball. Anderson with the rebound. Gives it to Payne, being guarded by Singh. They want to switch on now. Now Spence guarding Payne on the perimeter. Oh! And they're going to call a foul on Spence, and that is going to be his 5th personal foul, and he is going to be out of this game now. So Payne will go to the line to shoot free throws. Spence is going to have a seat on the bench. Othniel Spence will leave the game with 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting. Bongani Moya is going to enter the game. He's more of a defensive player for Simon Fraser. Spence had 3 rebounds. We look at the replay. There's Spence getting the screen by Singh, and he hits the 3 ball. That gives Simon Fraser the 3-point lead, but Payne has hit the first free throw to bring the margin to 2. Tyler Payne hits the second. Mir Keong. Provenzano with the ball. Jasdeep Singh being guarded underneath by Cameron Rutherford. Now they switch. They're paying close attention, almost double teaming Singh on the block. Now a high screen. Provenzano against Jasinski. They switch. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Singh on the outside against Jasinski. Fall back 3-pointer. Jasdeep Singh! Wow! He is nailing it for Simon Fraser now with a 4-point lead. Taylor Payne with a 3-point shot, and he scores the 3-point. They're not going to say it was tipped as it hit the front of the rim and fell in. The referees have the opportunity to go to video replay if they want. There is a timeout on the floor. It is a 30-second timeout on the floor. We're going to stay right here. There is 18 seconds on the shot clock. As here's the replay. Provenzano with the ball. This is a look at the free ball by Jasdeep Singh. The high screen. He goes into the block. Provenzano gets in the ball. He pops out against Jasinski, and an off-balance shot. Oh, he is on fire right now. So the score is now 74-73. So as we look, there's the shot by Payne. Jasinski went up to tip it in if it was going to go off the rim and out. It didn't. It stayed in the cylinder. So that counts as a three-pointer. Simon Fraser now has to be able to inbound this ball. I believe the Vikings are out of timeouts. Simon Fraser has 2 timeouts left. Singh will inbound. He's going to try and get the ball. He calls timeout. He wasn't able to get the ball into either Mir Keong or Provenzano. Provenzano is saying to Jasdeep Singh, just bounce the ball to me on the outside. I will get it. So Mike Provenzano is an excellent free throw shooter. 84%. Mir Keong, also an 84% free throw shooter. So you want to get the ball into either of their hands, because the Vikings are going to have, as we look at the ball back three by Jasdeep Singh again, he now has 31 points in this game. He is 4 of 6 on threes. He is 12 of 18 from the field. Singh also with 6 rebounds in this game. So Mike Hanna is going to inbound. SFU is coming with a different look. Get the ball to Bongani Moya. I wasn't expecting the ball to go to his hand. Bongani Moya is a 33% free throw shooter. He is 2 of 6 on the season at the line. So there's 16.8 seconds on the clock. So Moya calmly, confidently hits the first. And Moya misses the second. Rebound goes up. Jasinski comes down with it. 14 seconds to go. Being guarded by Hanna. Drives into the paint. Lays one up. Misses. Hanna grabs the rebound. And he's immediately grabbed. I don't believe they're going to call a jump ball here. They're going to call a foul against Jasinski. So Hanna, great defensive board on the miss by Jasinski. He will go to the line. He will have a chance as we look at the replay of the miss by Moya. So Hanna, there's the rebound, and he is fouled by Jasinski. Now, it's a 2-point Simon Fraser lead. Hanna makes the free throw. The second one, he missed the first. That makes it a 3-point game. So Simon Fraser is using their final timeout. There is 6.6 seconds on the clock. The Vikings will be able to inbound the ball. They will have to go the length of the floor and then put up a 3-point shot to tie this game. They'll have to make it. So checking into the game, I would imagine, would be number 3 for the Vikings. That's Tucker Gunberg. So Gunberg is the top 3-point shooter for the Vikings. He is average, so he is connecting on 44%. Pardon me, the top one is Leif Anderson, number 13. He is shooting at 46% clip from the three-point line. Those are the only two Viking players that shoot above 40%. So the question becomes, does Simon Fraser foul in this situation? Do they foul and send the Vikings to the line? Let them run some time off the clock, get the ball down into the offensive end, and then foul and send the Vikings to the line. We'll see what head coach Steve Hansen decides to do. So Jasinski, Enigunberg, Payne, Anderson, and 35 is Wynn on the floor. Here they come. Payne drives, pulls up, three-point ball, misses, rebound goes up, and out of bounds, and that should do it. Simon Fraser has just beaten the Western Washington University Vikings 76-73 to take over sole possession of 5th place in the standings in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. Simon Fraser now with 9 wins in the conference. They are 9-9. That is the most wins in the conference in SFU history. Simon Fraser just won its 15th game of this season. That is also the most wins in the NCAA era. That is an excellent win by head coach Steve Hansen. He coached an outstanding game. Keep in mind, Simon Fraser's best player, their leading scorer, Julian Roche, was on the sideline and did not dress for this game. So there you have it. Simon Fraser with a huge win. Jasdeep Singh with a monster game for Simon Fraser. Singh scored 31 points. He pulled down 7 rebounds. He was there at the defensive end to knock the rebound out of bounds to protect the lead at the very end on that last second shot by Taylor Payne. Jasdeep Singh was 12 of 18. He played 39 minutes in this game. He is our player of the game. What an outstanding game for Jasdeep Singh. So that'll do it for us here from the West Gym. Simon Fraser beats the Western Washington Vikings 76-73. On behalf of executive producer Gabe Lynn and our crew here in the West Gym, thank you for watching tonight's game. We will see you again on Thursday when SFU faces Concordia University right here in the West Gym, a 7 p.m. tip-off. So long from the West Gym.